First of all, I would like to thank Didier Gallop for inviting me here and for opportunity to participate such a interesting workshop. And hopefully in future it will become tradition amongst us to organize such kind of workshops and to involve as possible more specialists from other regions of Europe. I would like to present you the first results of recently discovered archaeological site in southern Caucasus. It's cave settlement, which is situated which is situated in karstic cave at Arpa River Canyon, Armenia, on altitude about 1,000 meters above sea level. The cave location is very suitable for connections between this region, southern and east of Minor Caucasian mountains, and also to north. It's generally it's the only pathway from for these mountains. The climate of the cave region is very dry, and vegetation is represented with dry steppes and xerophile mixer forests. The cave also is characterized by very dry conditions, which result excellent preservation of organic material inside the cave. As almost nothing was destroyed in the cave during Holocene, the assemblage of the recovered vegetal remains and taxa is very diverse. For this moment, about 46 plants already were identified amongst uncountable desiccated and partly charred vegetal remains. The most of recovered plant remains are originated from chalcolithic context, dated with the end of 5th, beginning of the 4th millennia calibrated BC. Also, there are present some. The site is multi-layered, and in front of site we already found Paleolithic layers. There are some Neolithic occupation, but we still didn't fix exact layers. Above that, the main part of sediments belong to Chalcolithic period, and above of that there is some medieval occupation, especially in front of cave. It's for imagination concerning environment of the cave. The difference altitudinal difference amongst canyon bottom and the top of this canyon is several hundred meters. It's a chalcolithic situation inside the cave, which is unusual. We have such kind of constructions in tell-like sites, but it's very fragile and easily destroyed. And here we have everything like it's left, how to say, maximum 2-3 years ago, and everything is in situ. This situation is completely chalcolithic. We have numerous C14 dates, and all belong to chalcolithic period. You see circular constructions and a lot of vessels. This large basin, in all probability, was for grape pressure, and we have a lot of grape pips also here. There were some analyses, chemical analysis concerning vessels took from vessel wall, and they confirmed that there were some wine. One other situation inside the cave. I would like to say that upper level of the settlement was covered by some dung-like residue, which mixed with the dust from cave, which make a life conserve very well organic material inside the cave. The cave is very dry, no drops of water, and the temperature is not changing inside the cave during the year. Some archaeological situations outside part of the cave. You see, organic material is intact. As among us almost pardon. In general, chalcolithic period of Caucasus is characterized with the developed agriculture, the main direction of which was cultivation of free threshing cereals. Situation of areni 1 site differs from general. Field crops cultivated in areni 1 are almost the same as in other chalcolithic sites. Naked wheat, bread wheat, emmer, several types of varieties of barley. It was possible to identify multi-rowed hullet barley and multi-rowed naked one. Also, we have evidence for lentil and grass pea latirus. The weeds recovered at the site are also common for the period. It's species of Puglossoides, Lithospermum, Vaccaria ranunculus, Gallium, Polygonum, Camelina alisum, Thlaspis, Scrofularia, Altea, etc. Against of situation with field crops, edible arboreal species are numerous in areni 1 cave. The gathering of several trees and shrubs, fruits, species of Celtis, Prunus, Cerasus, Rosa, and Eleagnus genera is recorded in Armenia since for Mesolithic period, 9th millennium calibrated BC. But with the establishment of agriculture, the wild fruit gathering activity had fallen. We have fruit gathering evidence for Neolithic period in Armenia only for Celtis and Eleagnus, plus the evidence of viticulture. According to present data, situation was not changed in following Neolithic and Bronze Age periods. We had evidence concerning Prunus and Corylus gathering for Neolithic, and no evidence of wild fruits gathering for all Bronze Age. Grape cultivation was not stopped for all this period. The Iron Age, especially since 9th century BC, characterized with good developed horticulture and viticulture as well. This situation remains the same for other territories of Caucasus as well. In this background, the situation of areni 1 Neolithic site is special. Large quantities of chalcolithic desiccated fruits, nuts, stones, and seeds of hackberry, Celtis, plums, prunus, cherries, cerasus, almonds, amygdalus hawthorn, Crategus rosis, rosa, blackberry, rubus, pear, pyrrhus, oleaster, Eleagnus angustifolia, walnut, Juglans regia, juniper, Juniperus species, copper spinosa grape, Vitis vinifera are recovered in areni 1 site. Majority of above mentioned woody and shrubby plants are common elements of rare xerophile forests of Daralages floristic region, where the cave is situated, and have large biological diversity there. Only exceptions could be the walnut and the grape, wild exemplars of which growing in discussed region are considered as wilded cultigens. For the case of grape, we have evidence that it has been cultivated since earlier periods, but there is no such kind of evidence for other fruit trees. It's possible that a Neolithic population of areni tried to domesticate and cultivate the aborigine fruit trees and shrubby plants growing at the environs of the site. That could explain the presence of enormous quantity of that plant's fruit remains in the site. Modern areni also is known as a region with high developed horticulture. Grape, apricot, peach, plums, cherries, apple, pear, etc. are cultivating there. Just some pictures to show the finds. It's hulled barley, naked one. We have asymmetric grains showing the presence of 6 row subspecies there. Desiccated cereals chaff remains. It's mixed different things we have here. Triticum estivum, you see. Some barley triplet bases, some triticum glums, etc. As we see amongst this diversity, we had different kinds of breadwheats here. Some nutstones. We have even artifacts prepared by nutstones of Amygdalus. Calparis spinosa desiccated seeds. Grape pips. It's known that prehistoric communities' existence highly depended from natural resources. In late prehistoric pottery, Neolithic and Neolithic, it's the period of end of 7th millennium, halves of 4th millennium calibrated BC. Period of Caucasian communities, this dependence from natural bioresources was intermediated with the exploitation of territories, mostly via agriculture, which accompanied with some gathering and sometimes also with some viticulture and horticulture, as well as animal husbandry accompanied with hunting. In case of Areni I chalcolithic settlement, situation is another. The main direction to get vegetal meal is gathering or maybe cultivation of available trees and shrubs, fruits, and seeds instead of field agriculture, which has been pushed to secondary plan. This can be explained with presence of only very limited space, narrow river bank zone, flat bottom of the canyon, where irrigation and consequently field agriculture was possible in Chalcolithic period. The case of Chalcolithic Areni I site is good example where the community's plant economy has been modified according to specific abiotic, relief, climate, and biotic vegetation factors of the environment. It's just for your interest. We have even a painted textile there. And that's all. Thank you for your attention.